Just like you and many other entrepreneurs, I fell prey to all the trendy, get up 5 o'clock in the morning, go and take a skinny dip in the middle of the ocean, take these green supplements, take all this stuff and essentially meditate, write, journal, do all this brainwave shit. I fell for that. And here's what happened. I was chronically in a bad mood. I was going to bed later at night and waking up in the morning super groggy. I was super anxious around going to bed at a certain time in order to get 7 to 8 hours sleep. I would wake up some mornings and I'd forgotten to turn the ice bath on. And as a result of that, I was in a bad mood because I didn't get my ice bath. And I'm actually going to share with you my morning routine that I have used that has allowed me to make millions in profit every year and get more shit done in a day than it takes the average entrepreneur. It's not going to involve 5 a.m. starts. It's not going to involve ice baths, nor is it going to involve you getting up when you don't want to get up. In fact, it's super easy to implement. And most importantly, it's easy to sustain. And it will 100% drive your performance to the next level and ultimately allow you to get the results and the dream that you want your business to give you. So first things first, let me define what productivity means. Productivity to me means making the right decisions and doing the right activities inside a unit of time that ultimately improve the quality of my life and grow the bottom line / reputation of my business. So whenever I look at my day and I look at tasks, I look at them in order of what is going to improve my life the most. Some of those tasks might be extremely uncomfortable, they might be extremely challenging, but I know on the other side of them is clarity, momentum, growth, profitability, more eyeballs, whatever it is that I need at that given moment of time. I see a lot of people falling prey to these morning routines because they are new, they are supposedly going to give you an edge, they're supposedly going to allow you to think sharper. And the problem is you've got a lot of celebrities, so-called scientists, that are telling you that this stuff works. And that's the confusing thing. Just because somebody says it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And here was a tipping point for me. I remember one night before I went to bed, I was getting ready for a big meeting. And it was an important meeting around a marketing project that we had to launch. And all of our team were meeting together to discuss the budget, to discuss the creative, to discuss all the core components of this project. And the meeting was at 8 a.m. Now, bear in mind, I was getting up at the time at 5 a.m. And I remember distinctly planning for the meeting the night before. And I went to bed and I woke up in the morning and my wife was shaking me. And she said, "Phil, the team are on the phone to me. You're meant to be on a meeting right now. Why are you still sleeping in?" And I normally had an alarm clock that was beside me that would go off on my phone. And it turned out that I hadn't fully checked the connections between the charger and my phone. And on the actual USB side, it wasn't plugged into the wall correctly. It had slightly come out. The phone wasn't charged, the alarm didn't go off, and as a result, I didn't hear it. I slept in 4 additional hours. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock by the time that my wife came in and actually woke me. I was like 30, 45 minutes late for the meeting. And it just goes to show you how exhausted I was. And it was at that point I realized this isn't sustainable. I don't like it. It's actually making me anxious. There's a lot of things to think about. And I said, screw this, I'm stopping. I want to simplify my morning routine, and I'm actually going to do the stuff that actually makes me feel better, the stuff that actually energizes me. And I'm going to run you through exactly what I do now. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I go and make a coffee. I love the process of grinding the beans, selecting the bean from wherever it is. I usually have a range of different stuff, making an espresso, maybe sometimes putting in some extra water to make it Americano. And I enjoy taking it to my favorite seat in the house, no matter what the weather's like, sitting down, sipping on it, gathering my thoughts, and just sitting with myself. It sounds super simple, but whenever I can get up in the morning, go and do a little process that I love that makes me aware that it's the morning time, enjoy the taste of it, and ultimately sit there with my thoughts and think, what is the main outcome of today? Or think about a challenge that I currently have. Or just sit and daydream. That doesn't sound productive, but I can tell you one thing. At the end of it, I feel light, I feel clear. I feel like I've got my thoughts in order. I feel like I'm in state. I feel like I'm ready for the day. The main thing that I don't do is I don't just wake up, smoke a vape, and go and watch social media. That's what the majority of the world do. I wake up, have something that I truly love and savor, get at peace with my thoughts, write or read some really inspiring stuff, and then I actually, by the time I've gathered my thoughts, My wife and my baby girl are up. And I go and spend a few moments with them and get clear on what they're doing with the day. And then, do you know what I do? I get stuck into the hardest, most difficult task in my business. Why? Because it's the biggest mountain. And if I can clear that first thing in the morning, when my mindset is at its highest level of capability and processing power, then I know that I'm going to do a good job with it. So I work hard for 2 hours. I'll then train, and that's a combination of either jiu-jitsu, strength training, sprinting, and then I'll come back and I'll work for the remainder of the day up until a predetermined cutoff time, which changes every single day. I think it's very important to really highlight that I can sustain this. I can do it every single day. So if you're doing a morning routine right now and it's taking you 1 hour to 2 hours, you're anxious before you wake up whenever you do it, is it something that you can really sustain? Your routines need to serve you, not the other way around. And I want to run through a bunch of things here that have really allowed me to maximize my performance, not just in the morning, but in life overall, and have really allowed me to develop a relentless level of drive, energy, productivity, and production, and the ability to make really firm, clear decisions. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against ice baths, I'm not against saunas, I'm not against journaling, I'm not against meditation. I do all of that, but I don't do it first thing in the morning. I do it when I've cleared my plate. I do it when I've got pockets of time, when I've actually earned them. And sometimes I might pull in a little bit of journaling before I start my day to clear out my thought process. I might pull in a bit of meditation, but there's no hard fixed, I must do this before I start. So I just want you to realize you've got to build a routine full of ingredients that serve you, not the other way around, and be open to changing those routines as your lifestyle and as your needs change and evolve. If you're addicted to growing your business and maximizing your performance without doing weird, wacky shit, please don't forget to click like and subscribe, because I'm sharing all the insights that allow me to build a business that makes millions in profit every single year, doing what I love, and most importantly, having control of my time. You behave your way to success. It doesn't just happen overnight. And I believe that I have behaved my way to success, and I'm sharing the lessons and the insights and wisdom with you as I learn and as I grow.